Hi. That was a really weird start, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm filming a video on not Bonfire Night, but the Saturday after Bonfire Night, so that's why I've got my AirPods in, because I'm thinking I've got noise cancelling on, I'm not going to hear them as well. Hopefully the mics are more short range, so you're not going to hear them as much. We'll just roll with it. So I have made videos on friendships in the past. I've made quite a few, but I've not done one in quite a while. Yet this year has been my most sociable year. I've not watched back the previous videos I've made, so I may end up repeating some stuff, but it's all from a fresh perspective, I believe. This is mostly my experiences, but generally across the spectrum, friendships can be a hard concept just because there's so many social rules going on of like what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, and it's all just a very confusing concept. And of course, when you're on the spectrum, you tend to be a bit out there, meaning that it can be quite hard sometimes to find people who are compatible with. But as I said, this video is mostly going to be my perspective now as 21-year-old man, I still find that funny saying man, I am an adult, it's fine, in 2019. I did say this on a live stream the other day, but please can we just take a moment to appreciate how fluffy my comfy hoodie is. Oh, it's incredible. I'm scared of radiators, okay? Only in my bedroom though. I'm only scared of my own radiator. I'm fine with them downstairs. Yeah, anyway, in the past I was very much someone who divided up friendship almost into tiers of like, oh, I talk to you X amount of time per day, that means that you're in this tier. I think I've gained a lot of social confidence in the last year that I haven't had to use that kind of analysis as obviously. I actually have something in my head called the social map, and I'm thinking about producing this into a real life thing for me. I wouldn't ever put it on the internet just because it's like, well, you don't need to know every single person that's in my life, do you? I definitely have some kind of construct in my head so I can still get my head around what rules I need to apply to different people, but the lines are definitely a lot more blurry nowadays because I think I'm more confident in that. In terms of making friends, I haven't really done making friends this year, like making friends. Like I've made lots of cool, acquaintances and stuff like that, but I'd say I've only properly made one friend this year. This has been the first year that I've gone into it with the attitude of my social contacts are full, because that was how I was feeling towards the end of last year. I was like, do you know what? I've gone from having no one in my life to a lot of people, and then I was struggling with having a lot of people. I say a lot, it still wasn't a lot relatively, but for me it was a lot. So I kind of cut it off, and this year my attitude was like, I don't need anyone else in my life. Like I just can't process it. But I suppose I've become more confident in that, so I've been allowing myself to expand, but only organically. Although that one friend I have made is Jake Aspie. You've seen him on videos. We were talking about this the other week. He seems to have bypassed a lot of previous checks that used to happen on my friends, and he's just catapulted his way up some rankings. So well done, Jake. We don't know how you've done it, but oh well. One of my biggest things, and I think it's quite a thing across the spectrum, it's like I almost get scared for the people in my life. Like I get scared of having people be close to me just because I'm like, I don't want to inflict me on people, and that sounds so bad because we should all be confident in who we are and love who we are. I've literally got the woman who preaches to be true to who you are on the wall behind me. I get scared that I can be too intense, because I can be. I know I can be too intense. Like, there's one word which is a trigger word. We know if you mention this one word in conversation, I won't shut up for ages. It begins in H and ends in Hercules. I'll let you figure it out. Self-control, Connor, self-control, you've got a video to film. So there's the, I can go on too much, but and then when it comes away from the in-person interaction, it's the, am I messaging this person too much? Am I ringing this person too much? Is this person not on the same level that I am, and maybe I'm scaring them off by being too intense? And I still find that hard, and I still get confused about it with people. I tend to be friends with very nice people, but hopefully nice and honest, and I'd hope that people would just tell me, Connor, just tone it down, or they'd try and find the politest way possible to do it. Whereas me, I'm like, I've had enough, please stop messaging me. That brings me on to my next point. I'm aware that I'm not always the most diplomatic. I know on YouTube I can kind of contain it well, but catch me when I'm tired, catch me when I'm not really socially on it. I speak my mind completely, and it takes a lot of energy for me to like think socially about what's socially acceptable and blah blah blah. So it's about making sure that people are all right with me when I'm not in the social mood. Like my best friend James, we were having this conversation the other day. We were talking about the difference between me when I'm awake and me when I'm tired, and he's just like, there's literally no point talking to you when you're tired because you're just not there. And that's the thing. I think I'm lucky to build up people around me that respect that know that I will get to a limit at points and I will go, yeah, okay, I've run out of social energy, I need to leave. I'm doing lots of segues, but that brings me on to another point. I still find it really hard to then be at the point when I've run out of social energy, because I don't like the fact that I could ruin someone else's day. And I know all the people around me would be like, shut up, you're an idiot, you're not ruining our day, you've just had enough, that's fine. But it still feels like it to me. It's like, oh, have I ruined it for you because I've needed to go back early, or I've got too stressed, or I've got too overwhelmed? And I hate it. I hate that like that, because I put too much pressure on myself to be like, I need to keep it together in front of my friends. And like, even my closest friends will say this to me. They're like, Connor, you need to like actually let it out at times, because I don't. I will push through, and then like I'll keep pushing myself far more than I can actually cope with, and then it will either come out when I don't want it to come out, or it will just come out when I'm home and I can't do anything for a week. You know, it also expands, doesn't it? It's like, I don't like feeling like people have to be my carer when they're around me. And like, it's weird, because of course some friends from prior to me being diagnosed still don't really get it. Like, they understand I have a condition, but they're still like, but what? But they're just used to the flow of how things work with me. But like, you know, it depends with the intensity of the situation, doesn't it? Like, there'll be some scenarios, like whenever I'm in a convention hall, I think I'm quite assertive now in the fact that like, I need someone. I can't cope with it as much as I'd like to. The amount of times I've thought I could do a convention hall by myself, and I've ended up either like crying in someone's arms or whatever, just like, oh, get me out of here. I have that limit. I need to accept it, but I still don't like the feeling of it. But I have friends that don't mind. I have friends that really don't care. I need to remember that. Something that I've really made an effort for this year was I wanted to make sure... I've always had this on my mind for the last 2 years, but I wanted to make sure that all of my relationships were healthy. I wanted to make sure I was on good terms with everyone who I thought I was on good terms with, or that I knew that I had messed up with in the past, and I wanted to rekindle that in some way. And there were 2 people this year who I was like, I've not got a healthy relationship with them. You know, I don't obviously have to be talking to them all the time, but I was like, I need to fix it. I need to make sure that there's nothing there. I need to make sure that we're cool, just because I respect those people. And obviously you will never find out who those people were, but both of them were kind of achieved towards the latter end of this year. One of them was by a happy accident, coincidence, and I'm so glad it did, because I was really unsure about that one. And the other one was just a matter of the fact I hadn't had time to get around to it, but I made time to get around to it and fixed. Cool. It's weird because my social levels have really increased this year. It's meaning that I kind of require more social time. Like, you know, normally there was an upper limit. There was never a lower limit. There was never a lower limit. But I feel I'm starting to get a lower limit of, I need people to socially talk to, not just on the capacity of, you know, making sure I'm looked after. And it's weird because I never thought that would be a thing. Never. I still obviously feel I'm a bit socially isolated. Like, you know, when you see people's Instagram stories of them meeting up all the time and all that stuff, it's like, I can't do that. But a lot of that's situational for me. A lot of my friends aren't around me because they've all gone off to uni, or I've got a lot of people in London and all that stuff, and just everyone's all over the country. But a lot of my friends are autistic, like a lot. Some of them, that's been because we've been doing things mutually because of autism. Some, like Holly, my friend Holly, the only reason we first interacted was not because we were autistic. We interacted because of something else. And then we both found out later that we were autistic, and it was like, what? And then we've pretty much talked on non-stop since. I'm proud of myself of how much more I am sociable nowadays, and how much more I enjoy it. I don't feel it's as much of a labour anymore. I'm still unsure about new people. I think I always will be. You know, I'm not looking to expand anytime soon, but anybody who accidentally and organically falls into it, why not? All I know is that every single person in my life, as far as I know, I hope there's no one that's like, yeah, Colin, you really... No. I think I'm on good terms with absolutely everyone in my life. And I couldn't be happier about that. So how do you maintain friendships when you're on the spectrum? Same way you do it when you're not on the spectrum. Don't force anything. Eventually you'll find the right people. And I think I found my people. And I can't wait to see all my people in person. And yeah, I finished worky stuff. I finished most of my work stuff. I've got one uni assignment, which I need to do actually in the next 2 days. But then my plan for December is to only do social activities. I want to spend the weeks leading up to my birthday celebrating with the people who I care about and the people that I get along with. I'm going to try and get round as many as possible within the core circle. And if I can do that, that will be all the birthday present I need. Hello, little interruption here from future editing Connor. Yes, just voiceover because I couldn't bother to film. I just want to add a point here about meeting up with people in real life. So I still only meet up with people one at a time. I don't really like that whole meeting up with multiple people because it's a lot harder to keep track of things socially, and then I don't like when other people have dynamics that I don't quite understand because they're different how they are with that other person than they are with me. It gets a bit confusing. It's also that same kind of thing of I don't like to let multiple people down, so if you only meet up with one, you're only potentially letting off one. Maybe that's something that will change over time. Hopefully I get over that. Cool. Also, let's just throw on the end here. I've realised how many good people I have in my life, like to whatever capacity, just because of this whole car crash thing. That's really brought it up. I'm really quite interested in this whole relationship stuff. And there has been, like I've said, everything is healthy socially. I want to talk about something which kind of verges on creative viewer divide territory again. But I want to make a video on something that I have struggled with this year, because I've really struggled with it this year. And it's the line with the people who are your friends, but they're also your colleagues, I say colleagues, fellow creatives, etc. And how social media plays into that. Basically, it's going to be a video on how much does following someone actually mean. So I'd really appreciate, I know it's not going to be an autism video, and I haven't done that in a while. Literally, I opened my Creator Studio on my phone yesterday, and I flicked on my videos. All of the videos start with AU. It's like, autism, autistic, autism, autism. I need one video just for me, please. But let me know if you'd be interested in that, and I will make that quite soon. So in the comments below, let me know where you're at in your social life. Are you happy with where you're at? Are you looking to improve yourself? You should never compare yourself to other people and think, but so-and-so is a lot more sociable, therefore I need to be like that. No, you need to just do yourself. Do yourself and do whatever is healthiest for you. And, you know, it may change over time. Like, I've been able to manage a lot more over time, but it may not. And that's also fun. But yeah, just leave me a comment below. Maybe you got some tips or anything. Whatever. I've actually really enjoyed making this video. I feel it's quite reflective. And you can tell we're coming to the end of the year when I make a load of reflective videos. Yeah, cool. I think that's about it. I'm going to watch the film Hairspray because why not? And just continue being snuggly and my snuggly jumper. Oh, cool. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.